gacha content creators even play enough gacha. The messenger being Toho Sniper is kind of crazy, considering he is someone who insults people, is disrespectful, inflammatory, and is just basically a piece of shit to people. Why should he be the messenger of this, and why should anyone listen to the guy who doesn't practice what he preaches either? Like, this is the day of hypocrisy, guys.
I've been side hustling for the last month and a half or so, going on 2 at this point. Food delivery, to be specific. It's the—
Bro, we all said, bro, put the fries in the bag, and to his credit, bro is putting the fries in the fucking bag. To your fucking credit, you are doing exactly what everybody recommended. Bro literally put the fries in the bag. This video might be a banger, guys. Hold on, wait. We might be onto a fucking rare winner here. Bro put the listen, he listened to the advice. This is a step in the right bloody direction. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, the Gacha God is back. Welcome. Let's go.
Decent money, and I've been putting in quite a few hours, so much so actually that it's cutting into the time I'd normally have to stream and make videos.
Good for him. Listen, good for him. Bro went out to get more job, to get more dosh for his pocket. Good for him. I ain't gonna shit on that. You did the right thing. I'm happy for you. I don't want to see anybody fucking homeless, okay? As much as I want to shit on someone, I don't want to see anybody homeless. I don't want to see anyone with their lives ruined, okay? So I'm glad bro is making moves for him.
Shout out to all my god of unemployment haters out there, by the way. Maybe y'all can also move out of your parents' basements too one day.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know what it reminds me of? You know, like, we all have that, maybe that one friend who was, like, chronically single for a long time and, like, was really kind of mad about it and kind of a dick about it, you know, all that kind of stuff. And as soon as they get, like, a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a partner, they become, like, immediately insufferable. Like immediately fucking insufferable. It's giving that kind of vibe. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Anyway, I've been on Twitter more frequently while I've been out there grinding, in between trips when, you know, I'm waiting for more orders to come in. So that's given me a chance to see what goes on in the mysterious, somewhat enigmatic, and half-delusional space known as Gacha Twitter. It's actually more like 3/4 delusional, but that doesn't really, you know, roll off the tongue as well. And as you might expect, I found quite a few things I could talk about and turn into videos, including that whole gameplay depth drama slash—
No one cares. Bro, that whole drop, I didn't make any content about this. I specifically didn't make any content about gameplay depth between Wu and Genshin, because like, are we fucking, like, really? Like, am I gonna waste my time? Like, I just couldn't see the value in me wasting my time.
Debate, whatever you want to call it, that went down between the Hoyotards and the Willicucks the other week. That Tectone drone on Twitter, who goes by the name of, I am not shitting you, John Seaman, with a—
John Seaman's a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. John Seaman's a piece of shit. He made this tweet in response to a black cosplayer committing suicide. And he decided to make it about tribalism. How much of, like, a sociopathic motherfucker, like, do you have to be? Someone took their own life. Someone literally took their own life. They were a cosplayer, right? They were a black cosplayer. They took their own life. And John Seaman decides to go, notice how it's always the Hoyo community who did this. Like, this is just, like, this is the type of example of, like, some of the rage baiters on Twitter who are, like, completely devoid of any empathy. Like, they literally have never had a real conversation with a human being. Like, normal people don't talk or act like this. Normal people don't have this, like, level of, like, non-empathy. It's blinding. It's blinding. The internet has turned people into mindless drones, and we don't have to think about, like, how the mental state of other people. Like I would, yes, I would if someone said that in person, I would clock them. Okay? Like, literally, that's fucking wild.
Apparently how much of Tectones he swallowed, and all the reactions to Psyche's disastrous Duet Night Abyss review. I do want to make videos.
Yeah, but that review was fucking trash. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. That review was fucking trash. And if someone is going to make a piece of content that is designed to inform a bunch of people about a certain thing, and it's full of misinformation and points don't even make logical sense, I think it's within creators' minds to be like, actually, you're putting this out in the public for people to get opinion of. It's misinformation. Let's kind of maybe correct this or set the record straight and let people know, actually, this is a piece of content that might not be as informative as you think. There's nothing wrong with that to me.
On all those topics eventually. Obviously that's going to take me some time, so bear with me on that while I work on them. But for now, what I want to discuss here in this video is this: why do gacha CCs not have the time or want to play more gacha? So here's the context.
Most of them are shit. That's it. That's it. Yep. Most of them are shit.
These are the two tweets that I came across while, going around side hustling that got me wanting to talk about this. One by Jade Ali, not sure how to say her name. Jade, and two by Mr. Poke.
I like Jade Lee.
In her tweet, Jade says, feeling a bit overwhelmed with how many new exciting games are coming out. I can only play so many at once. Crying emoji, and then she lists the games that she's currently playing, the ones she's on break from, and the ones she wants to play in the future. Either games that are
That's a lot of fucking games. Dude, that's a lot of games, I'm gonna be honest. That's a lot.
Or not yet. The first tweet from Pokey reads, "Can we agree that CZN has one of the best gacha game balance in recent memory? You can literally run anyone with the right build. Tier lists are just for early game comfort, but all units have their own playstyles to get the job done. If I could, I'd level them all. Hail CZN." But a second one reads, "I love CZN,
Hail
but
Zero
building
Nightmare
units legit takes way too long. One of the main reasons why I think this is one of the best gachas in 2025 is because of unit diversity. Any unit can work more or less as long as you give them enough investment, but you still need to build them. Sadly, I can't explore as much."
Holy shit, is this a tweet reading video? What is this, an Atoma video? What the fuck?
I'd like, because a single unit to 60 is like 1 week's worth of stamina refresh, not including the gears. For example, this 590 pack isn't even remotely enough to take a unit from 50 to 60, you need multiples. Hope they give away more income via events or daily farming stages. And because Styx is still being a prolapse piece.
Oh, sorry, what? wait. Sorry, wait. Why did he bring this up, by the way? He just read the tweet, but he hasn't brought up anything about it. I guess he's just bringing up CZN, issues, I guess.
Income via events or daily farming stages. And because Styx is still being a prolapse piece of shit on Twitter talking about.
That's a new one, bro. That's a new one. Tohu's leveled up his insults from just calling everyone rats and dick suckers, and now he's leveled up his game a bit after a year, and now it's prolapsed piece of shit. He got the alliteration on point. Prolapsed piece of shit. He got the alliteration up. He's leveling up at his insult game a little bit. You know what I mean? Next is slurs. Next is just straight up slurs. That's what I'm expecting next.
Things he has no idea about. I mean, to be fair, he's apparently built a career off doing that since his MMO days, from what I've been told. I'll throw his ass under the bus here again. Remember my last video about the GFL2 skin drama, right? Where I questioned whether or not Styx ever did play GFL.
What is wrong with this tweet from Styx? I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with this? He's just pointing out something that's happened. I do think it lacks a little bit of context, because the whole feminism thing that goes on in South Korea is way more complicated than it is over here. In the way you won't believe. Companies that get targeted, their staff gets harassed. Their staff gets harassed and doxxed and all that sort of things. So it's I don't blame companies for going back on their points and redoing stuff for the sake of their stuff, but like there's like I don't see why this is anything to fucking bring up.
To outside of his sponsor streams, well, let's just go ahead and chalk that up to him either straight up not playing or, you know, having some account manager do that shit for him. Basically, seeing all this got me wanting to talk about
how dare you not play your games for 100 hours after you've done your sponsors. You must hate. What are you in this for? Money? Are you a content creator for it to be a job? God forbid you take sponsorships. God forbid.
I think a lot of gacha content creators out there do not play as much gacha as I think they should. It's these people's
Okay, I'm going to help Tuhu here. Okay, I'm going to help Tuhu make a better video. Okay, if the whole premise you were laying out is gacha creators don't play enough gacha games to give takes or whatever the fuck it is, okay, you have to lay the groundwork. What is? How many games? How much do they have to be involved? What do they have to be invested? You have to kind of set a base level of expectations here to then build your argument around. You cannot just say, these people don't play enough. Explain why. How much is enough? And why should that be the case? You actually have to, like, explain your reasoning. Otherwise, your words become fluff. Your words become... So I'm giving bro advice on how to build a video or an argument, okay? And that's coming from me, and I'm just silly. I'm just a silly little person here saying my silly little words. But even I can tell you, if you're gonna make a video like this, you have to base this in some sort of expectations, premise, and sort of guidelines. How much is enough? Why is that the case? Why would that make someone a more effective content creator and communicator of games? That's what I want to hear. I'm sure he's definitely going to explain this.
Job to play gacha games, at least for the ones who can pay their bills and put food on their tables by making videos about gacha or streaming them or something, and yet it feels like an alarming number of them don't play as much as they should. Jade in her tweet says that
what is should? What is should here? Don't play enough as they should. Define region of origin, please.
She's playing 6 gachas and used to play 5 more. She even puts her account levels next to each of them. I assume this is because she thinks having a high account level is supposed to be impressive. Well then, if that's the case, allow me to share my own gacha resume with you guys right now, if we're gonna call it that. FGO level 166, Azure Lane level 148, Arknights level 120, Genshin AR 60, Blue Archive level 90.
This is a fucking, like, resume for how much pussy you don't get. Hey, listen, hey, at least bro's practicing what he preaches here, right? That must mean you have the best takes ever, judging by his own... judging by his own logic and reasoning, because he plays the most gacha and has the most experience in games, his takes must be the best. But I've yet to see proof of this. I've yet to see him give critical opinions about anything that was meaningful. So clearly proof is not in the pudding, is it? Instead we're just flexing on resume for getting 0 fucking pussy.
Nikkei account level 703, Synchro 562, Starrail TL70, Ether Gazer level 100, Snowbreak level 100, Wuwa UL 80, Zenless IL 60, GFL2 level 60, Exedra level 112.
Oh my god, I'm wet. Oh my god, I'm wet. Holy shit. Oh. It keeps going, bro. Bro, it keeps fucking going. Bro, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. Honestly, I've gone beyond shocked. It's now impressive. I'm now impressed. That's it. I'm fucking impressed now. That's crazy. I don't know how this has happened. My mind's been turned.
BD2 and Uma Musume don't really have account levels as far as I can tell, but I still grind those 2 games every day anyway. Horizon Walker level 34, CZN level 43, actually 45 by the time I'm making this video, and Do It Night Abyss TR24, though I've only played a few days of it due to my side hustle taking up time that I would have spent playing DNA. Hopefully, that'll change in the future though. Yes, that was in fact 18 gacha games that I just listed, and since Jade listed the gachas that she's on break from and the ones that aren't out yet, let me do the same here too. I dropped GFL 1, not GFL 2, Crystalline 1, back in April of last year, and I played that game for 6 years straight since day one when it first launched its NA server for the first time back in May of 2018. I also briefly played Touhou Lost Word and Magia Record, but I dropped those two pretty fast since I wasn't really feeling them in terms of gameplay.
Okay, so they were shit. Okay, so you stopped playing things because they were shit and you didn't like them and enjoy them. Isn't that crazy? Do you know what? I would rather watch a content creator that plays a game of gachas they enjoy and is then able to give takes about the games they enjoy. I would much rather listen to someone who does that rather than plays just a lot of fucking games for the sake of playing a lot of games. Just play the things that you like and enjoy, and that's it. That's all that literally matters. It doesn't matter how many you play. It doesn't matter. Do you enjoy it or not? Have you played a game enough to give an opinion? Are you aware of all the facets of the games you're talking about? That's the only thing that matters. Literally.
And for future gachas, I got Enfield, Azure Promilia, NTE, Ananta, and Silver Palace all on my docket too. Even after I've rattled off all the account levels for all my gachas, that only scratches the surface of the sheer amount of grind I put into all of them. While I won't go into detail for every single one of my gachas, as that would take too long, what I will say is that every character I have in Genshin is max level, max skill, minus crowns of course, because you can't farm those, and they all have their own weapons and artifact sets because I want all my characters to have gear that they can call their own. Similar story in Star Rail, Zenless.
I don't doubt that Touhou has stacked accounts. I fully believe it. Full chest. I fully believe in every single possible facet that he has a stacked account. I believe you. I believe you, man. 100%. I believe you. God bless.
And Wuwa. In his first tweet, Pokey first implies that something is stopping him from playing Chaos Zero Nightmare as much as he wants, and then it seems like he specifies what that something is in his second tweet, the fact that it takes a long time and a lot of resources to level up characters. I find this to be very funny, because the game's given out a ton of stamina refreshing items, so that players could binge the game a lot when it first came out. And given that CZN is modeled like a Hoyo game, at least with how its gacha works, I would also assume that, CZN also lets you refresh stamina using gems.
I don't play Chaos Zero Nightmare, but I've seen a lot of people mirror Pokey's thoughts, though. Like, the rate that it takes to get materials in order to level or whatever it may be is a long time. This is not a point that's unique to him. I've heard this parroted in a lot of different places that people are feeling a similar way. Like people are feeling similarly. So like I don't think this is like an out of the blue crazy thing.
Only like 6 times a day.
It's a massive problem. Well, there we go. They're fixing that on Wednesday. Well, good that they're okay. Even the devs acknowledged that it wasn't good. Okay, even the devs acknowledge those things. So I don't know what Touhou's trying to make with this point here, trying to be like, Pokey's being, like, almost calling him, like, wrong, or, like, invalidating him, when the devs are literally changing the game because he's right and it was bad. So why are we even trying to argue the point? The devs are literally changing it. Why is he arguing?
Nonetheless, that still means that you can grind the game even harder. Now, some of you may go, well, you should never refresh with gems, man. That's such a waste. And for most players, yeah, I agree. Normally, it would be a huge waste. Gems are best saved to pull gacha with. But Pokey is far from your average gacha player here. Like, he's a gacha streamer who mains Star Rail, and in at least one occasion, even got enough money donated to his ass by his Oilers in chat to fund one of his E6 characters in that game. So for a guy like him... Oilers in chat to fund...
Holy shit!
One of his E6 characters...
crazy. That's fucking crazy. He's a retard because I was max refreshing every single day for a whole month and it's still a problem. Well, that even the devs acknowledge it, right? Like, that's really the conclusion of that one.
In that game.
Holy shit, bro.
For a guy like him, whose job is to essentially play gacha games here, refreshing stamina with gems should not be that big of a deal to him. Maybe he actually does refresh stamina in CZN with gems and I just don't know about it. Maybe that second tweet was more intended to be like a PSA for his followers or something like that, and that leveling up characters in CZN takes a long time.
The devs are changing the game! Does he not know? Is he just unaware? Did he make this video like ages ago? Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
With their resources because they're very limited, especially
I'm so oh no, what is this? Okay, buddy. Okay.
But looking at the way that his tweets are worded as they are, it really seems like Pokey is blaming his inability to play as much.
Bro, I can't believe, bro. Pokey's not wrong here. There've been a lot of times I've like disagreed or been like, I don't really know about this one, but like Pokey didn't do shit wrong here.
Of the game as he wants to on the huge investment cost of characters in that game. As an FGO player with 8 whole level 120s, I find his reluctance to grind a gacha game to be both hilarious and depressing. A single level 120 in
like, it's kind of like talking down to someone of like, you can't put in the hundreds of hours that I put in. It's almost like it's this like badge of honor. The more hours you sink into something, the more worthwhile it is. That's his like line of reasoning here. Like, it doesn't matter if it's too slow to level characters, to max things. What should matter is the time you spend grinding. That's the real true worth. That's the real worth. You know, like 500 hours? No, I'm looking for 6, 7, 8. Like, it's so fucking cringe, bro.
Geo took me more grind than the entire year and a half that I put.
That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better. This is why this is the flawed logic. He thinks more grind equals better, and that's just not true. That is just, more grind does not equal fucking better. He should just become an account manager for streamers. He would make more money. Kind of low-key. Maybe low-key.
Zenless or Wua. And in my experience, the process of leveling characters in a game like Chaos Zero Nightmare feels relatively similar to a Hoyo game. I mean, I did say earlier that CZN is basically modeled after one, so that checks out. So given that Pokey mains Star Rail, a Hoyo game, why is he complaining about how long it takes to invest into characters? Like, CZN even has an auto mode too. It's not that good, to be fair, but it's better than nothing, so what the f*** is his excuse? I don't know how much experience Pokey has with gacha exactly. I am aware that he started doing gacha content with Counterside before transitioning to Star Rail, but whether he's played other gachas before Counterside, that I don't know. But assuming he really did start with Counterside, and given that he mains Star Rail, I guess I shouldn't be so surprised that he thinks grinding out characters in CZN takes too long for him. And so my question is this: what is keeping these CCs from playing more gacha? Is it
because a lot of them are shit and we don't care about them? We're not going to play games we don't care about. That's it. And sorry, what is the requirement? How many gachas do we have to play in order to give takes about anything? Do I have to play every single Souls game to give a take about the next Souls-like game? No! You could just play the game you're playing and give talking points about it, because that's what you're making content about. You're making content about the game that you're playing. It doesn't fucking matter about everything else. It doesn't matter. A life, a girlfriend, enjoying the outside world.
because of the personal lifestyles, maybe? Like, I don't know how these people live, obviously. It's not like I know either of these people, either Jade or Pokey personally, so I don't want to judge them too harshly off that. But in Pokey's case...
Here's the thing. Anytime... This is where I approach this from. Anytime anyone makes content about a game, whether it's a free-to-play game, gacha, a AAA game, whatever it may be, okay? I always like to come from it for the place of player experience. What is giving the player the best possible time and enjoyment from playing. How can a person maximize their enjoyment playing this game? And what can we do or change to make that better and increase enjoyment? That is my philosophy through all of this. And it just so happens a lot of the same criticisms you could apply to a lot of different gacha games, right? A lot of it could be blanket universal criticisms, right? That's what it all comes down to. Like, enjoyment of games and talking about it from that perspective. So I'm gonna go back a bit.
Is it because of the personal lifestyles, maybe? Like, I don't know how these people live, obviously. It's not like I know either of these people, either Jade or Pokey personally, so I don't want to judge them too harshly off that. But in Pokey's case, going through his Twitter a bit, he's posted IRL pictures of him flexing in the camera and shit like that. So I assume he spends time in the gym.
To who was looking at Pokey's thirst traps? It's kind of gay. It's kind of I mean, he does look great. He does look great, to be fair, you know. I think any man would respect the build, you know. But we're going through and we're okay. Damn, you want to put in your video too? Okay, sure. Hey, listen, I don't judge. As a queer woman, you know, I respect.
Him. I admire that. I should start doing that myself with these, you know, twig type looking arms that I got. But then I have to ask, how much time does someone like Pokey put into gacha games overall? Maybe his gym workouts don't take that long, but what about the other stuff he does? Like, I know he's big into leak.
Does he fill all of his time playing gacha games or not? If not, you're a terrible human being. Yeah, why does he care? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? He has yet to define or give a baseline reasoning of how much a game someone should play or how many games you should play in order to be considered a valid creator with takes. What's the level? What's the reasoning here? What's the threshold? You have not defined your own standard. If you cannot define your own standard, you cannot judge other people for a standard you have not set, sir.
Of Legends. I'm surprised he and St. Tontus don't get along better. So, how much time does he spend playing League? Some of his tweets are about him watching Worlds recently, so I assume he spends a good bit of time playing too. You can spend your time doing what you want, obviously. I'm not saying that you gotta have gacha on your mind 24/7. Him watching Worlds recently, so I assume he spends a good bit of time.
Why are we just psycho? Are we stalking now? Are we just stalking? This is just fucking stalking at this point. This is literally just fucking stalking. Like, am I crazy? This is just one step removed from fucking stalking. Who cares? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Like, who actually fucking cares? I don't understand. Again, why does this matter? You have yet to tell me why this matters at all. It's how many, when 10 minutes into the video, you have yet to tell me why this fucking matters. That's important. Again, Tuhu, I'm trying to help, buddy. I'm trying to help. Please define your reasoning and standards before you critique people on those standards that you are trying to judge them at. What do you mean? Why is this important? Why? How many? Give me numbers. Give me logic. Something. Because right now, you just look like a fucking stalker. Holy shit.
I'm playing too. You can spend your time doing what you want, obviously. I'm not saying that you gotta have gacha on your mind 20.
I think bro's jealous. Bro wants to be Pokey so bad. Bro wants to be Pokey so fucking bad.
7, like say St. Tontus or that one John Seaman dude on Twitter got Tectone's dick on theirs. I watch other people, like, you know, other streamers and VTubers who have admitted that, you know, they don't really play games off stream since they already spend their entire streaming careers doing that anyway. So I get that since you play gacha for hours on stream, maybe you don't want to touch it afterwards once you're done. But
why don't you apply that logic to Pokey then? Why don't you apply that logic to Pokey? Like, why are you giving VTubers and other people grace and not him? Why? Why? Again, you haven't set your standard, so I don't fucking know why. I can't be inside your fucking mind. I can't fucking mind read. I don't know what's fucking rattling around in there. Like, fucking, bro, give your fucking head a wobble. I don't know. I don't know.
Regardless of the reasons, that's still time that they are not spending on actually playing gacha. And no, contrary to popular CC behavior, bitching about gacha games or engagement baiting about them on Twitter doesn't count. Actually, just playing other gachas alone still isn't enough. Because remember, people play gachas for sponsors, and they don't give a rat's ass about those games afterwards once the sponsorship is done. Gacha CCs shouldn't just play more gacha.
Why is that a problem? First of all, you don't know necessarily if no one gives a rat's ass about playing it. Okay, you like proof? Is there any proof that like they don't care at all and they hate the games that they play? Secondly, what's wrong about someone taking a sponsor to promote a game? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with taking a sponsor to promote a game that is you could feel could be good for a lot of other people? If a lot of other people it's not a game that's going to that is terrible and bad. Like, I'm never going to take a sponsor for a game that I genuinely hate or think is shit. For example, Etheria Restart, I got offered a lot of fucking money to play that game, make videos and stream it. I got offered a fucking big bag to fucking do it, and I didn't take it because I couldn't bear to fucking play the game anymore. I couldn't bear to fucking play it, right? I couldn't. I hated it. I hated it after 2 fucking weeks, okay? Maybe I should have. Maybe I fucking should have. I should have just taken it and just did it, and then that was that. And then that was that. Maybe I should have. And I don't think there would have been anything wrong even if I did, to be honest. But there we go.
They should actually have a genuine interest in learning how other gachas work. This ain't like you're stuck in a fucking office cubicle for...
What?
CCs shouldn't just play more gacha, they should actually have a genuine interest in learning how other gachas work.
What do you mean by that? A genuine interest in how other gachas work. Okay, Tuhu, give an example. Give an example of someone who has made a point that was incorrect, wrong, or bad because they didn't have enough background knowledge of other gachas. Tell me, why is this important? Again, you are not giving a reasoning for your justification. You are coming to a conclusion without bringing the reasoning. He's drawing a conclusion, but he's presenting no logic, no basis for it, no standards. You need to do that before you provide a conclusion. That's how any argument or discussion works. I cannot argue this in good faith because you've not provided any criteria for me to critique on.
This ain't like you're stuck in a f***ing office cubicle for 8 or 9 hours straight. I would know. I worked in one for 7 years. You play video games for a living. Like, what are you so scared of playing them for? The reason why I think this is such...
Because some of them are shit. Because some of them are shit. Because some of them are fucking shit. Is that it? Is that what you want to hear? To me, some of them are shit to me, and I just don't really care. Or I don't have the time. Or I just don't feel like it that day. Is that a crime? Is that a fucking crime? Holy... Like,
issue is because gacha CCs, just from my own observations, don't know enough about gacha games in general to put out informed, educated takes consistently enough in this space.
Proof? Proof? Who? What? Huh? We're just saying shit. Do you know what he is? He's got a fucking cannon. He's got a fucking, or a shotgun, right? And the bullet is retarded fucking point that has no proof or evidence. And he's fucking cocking it back. He's fucking blasting it. He's fucking shooting free willy everywhere, bro. And fucking everything. He's making all these shots, but they're not hitting anything because there's no substance to what he's fucking saying. Proof? Who? Who's made takes that were bad because they didn't play enough gacha games, Tuhu? You're just saying words. You literally, this has no substance whatsoever. Like, no substance. Where is any level of proof?
Like, I don't need to tell you this, but every month or so, or hell, even every few weeks or so, there's always some kind of drama that makes the rounds on Gacha Twitter or just social media in general. And almost every time I look inside,
correction, there's drama in every community every month. VTubers, streamers, political, gacha, any fucking community with a substantial chronically online audience has drama at least every fucking month. Heck, even the fucking Wicked the musical movie is getting fucking drama. Celebrities are having drama. Fucking Britney Spears with Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians is having fucking drama. Everyone's having fucking drama.
Right? It's some ass retarded take that gets spread around like Captain Cabinetz spreads her legs for
This is... I'm scared what's about to be...
Saint Tontus, or was it...
Bro is such a fucking creep. Bro is such a disgusting fucking creep. Bro is such a disgusting fucking creep. This is... Bro, he stalks Pokey. Looks at his like fucking thirst traps on Twitter, stalks what he does every fucking day to see if he's playing gacha games or not, and then he makes parasocial weird comments about me and other creators that's entirely weird, degenerate, and disrespectful. Bro's a fucking creep, dude. Dude's a fucking creep.
Itoma, same difference. And then in turn, people spread their own cheeks to blast out their own dog shit takes in response to the first one. That whole debate slash drama about whose gameplay is better between Genshin or WoA, yeah, that's one. Another is Styx moral jerking himself over gachas like GFL 2 or Stella Sora. His recent take on the Koreans forcing Yostar to remove an animation from Stella Sora that they didn't like shows that he has absolutely zero clue as to why they did that. And while, yes, I also agree that the Korean players' reaction there was pretty extreme, that doesn't change the fact that Styx here in this situation comes off as your stereotypical, ignorant, stupid, retarded American talking about shit he has no idea about and just injecting his own high horse moral dog shit.
Okay, why? Why, Tuhu? You have this amazing ability to come to conclusions without paving your methodology of how you got there. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know why he goes there. He doesn't know why this exists. Stupid Westerner doesn't understand. Okay, why? Explain. Why doesn't he? Why? You're just saying words. Bro says so much. It's like Jordan Peterson says so fucking much, but actually means very little. You know, like just says a lot of fucking word vomit. A lot of fucking word vomit with nothing fucking to it.
Into the whole thing. How much of that did he do?
Did he get insulted by the micro penis commentary by Styx, and that's why this is happening? Oh, okay. Got it. Right. Understood.
Most space, I wonder. And don't even get me started on the rats. They'll get their own video, hopefully sooner.
Please talk about me, please. I'm so desperate for attention. I'm so unbelievably desperate for attention and something to react to. Please make my fucking day. I'm gonna come. The rats. I pay my bills to who? Do it. Make the video. Give me a video. I'm so down. Bro, what can anybody say about me? What the fuck have I ever done? The fuck have I ever done? Go for it. Do it. Please. I'm gonna come.
rather than later. And even more so than individual content creators, the gacha space in general has misinformation and bad takes circulating constantly, day in, day out. Gacha players on Twitter love to tribalize their gachas. Hoyotards attacking Wuwa cucks who then return
I think bro just has... Oh, we're not even halfway fucking through. Oh, fuck me. Oh, we might have to speed this up. Oh, shit.
Twofold. They attack the developers for like not giving their characters enough melanin or not enough rewards for anniversary. And no matter how justified they may be in their opinions, they invariably react with shit like, I don't know, review bombing completely unrelated apps and doing social media boycotts. Damn, sure showed Hoyo now, didn't they? And display other parentless behavior that suit, crackheads who live behind a corner gas station and scream at random people walking by at 1 in the morning. It's not even just within the gacha space that I see bad takes about gacha. Anywhere.
I hate his mustache. Why does he even try? Why does he even try? I say this every time. Just shave it off, bro. You can't grow it. Why do you keep it? Just fucking get rid of it. You will look I swear you'll look better. Just, oh my god, okay.
You go online where there isn't like a specific focus on gacha, where the target audience doesn't really care for gacha games, people hella judge them and the people who play them, right? Pay-to-win games. Oh, gacha games have no gameplay. They're just slot machine gambling games.
I do think that gacha players are the most mind-broken community of any video game, because there is no way that you can play a turn-based video game like Honkai Star Rail and say it's generous because you only have to spend $200 to get a character.
Anytime I hang out in Max,
he's not wrong. I mean, I do think gacha gamers are the most brain-broken dregs of society half the time. That's just evident by some of the logic and reasoning people put forward, and it's like, okay. But at the end of the day, why should an individual matter? If you're enjoying the game that you're playing, I don't fucking care what Asmongold thinks. Asmon thinks Gacha's brain broken. He still fucking plays him. He played Arknight's Enfield yesterday. Asmon played Arknight's Enfield bloody yesterday, and he thinks that he's brain broken. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Just play the fucking games you want. If you're gonna be someone who's like, oh, I don't want to play gacha games because I'm so scared someone's gonna say something mean about me playing a pay-to-win game. Grow up. Like, grow the fuck up. Grow, oh, hello? Literally. I'm too scared to play a gacha because I'm so scared what people might say about me online. Pussy! Just play the fucking game! Just play the game you want! And you'll enjoy it! Who cares what someone else says? It's just stop caring. Oh no! Oh no, gacha game, L moment. Ooh! Then just don't fucking play if you're gonna take it that fucking personally over a goddamn fucking game. Holy fuck. Who cares?
Dude stream, for example, when he's live reacting to a game show like, I don't know, Sony State of Play or something, or the Game Awards, and a gacha game shows up, his entire chat just goes all...
No, God! No, God!
Oh, because Asmon's chat or any streamer's chat hates gacha games. That must mean I can never play them. I should give up a game that I like because a streamer's chat said so. Or silly opinions on the internet got to me so much. Grow the fuck up. Just grow the fuck up. Who cares? Play the game. Play the game.
No! 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 No!
Very few, if any, gacha CCs out there, from my perspective at least, are capable or knowledgeable enough to talk about the very genre they play. I don't mean this in a, Pokey doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to Star Rail kind of way. Obviously he does. I'm sure he knows way more about that game than I will ever care to. But when he starts talking about power creep in Star Rail, blames the player, and says it's their fault for letting power creep become a problem for them in the first place, I kind of scratch my head here and go on.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid. Yeah, that was okay. The thing is, everyone acknowledged that was fucking stupid, right? Like everybody acknowledged that the power creep conversation was fucking stupid. Like, yes, okay, sure.
So, how much exactly did Hoyo pay you to defend them? I mean, Poke does live in Singapore after all, and Hoyo also got their Cognisphere shell company down there too, so... Or when he makes not just one, but 2 whole-ass videos glazing the fuck out of Star Rail's story as like the best story in any gacha game. Peak cinema as the meme goes. Gee, I wonder if he's ever played other gachas like, I don't know, FGO, or Limbus Company, or Nikke, or Heaven Burns Red. I'm gonna guess no. And many such cases like this exist out there.
But why does that matter? But why does... If someone makes a shit fucking take, guess what? Other people call them... Everybody called Pokey out on a dog shit fucking take about power creep. Everyone called him out about a dog shit take on power creep, but everybody universally agreed, basically, that it was a fucking bad take. So that kind of removed that problem from, like, the sphere, right? Like, it removed that problem from the fucking sphere. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that he hasn't played. I don't think playing all these other games is going to change anything. It doesn't change. It's not going to stop anything. Guess what? If a creator makes a point and it's misinformed or it's wrong or people disagree, other people will come and correct the fucking information. That's just how this content space works, right? Someone says misinformation, someone else comes with receipts. That's just how it is. And eventually we can all agree on a point or a take. That's how this space works.
For lots of the bigger gacha CCs in this space, in that a gacha CC who makes a living off playing gacha in some way, shape, or form puts out a take about gacha that could definitely use some more nuance that they simply don't have. You may ask, well, why does all that matter? Like, what's it to you if gacha streamers and YouTubers don't know as much as you think they should about gacha? You can make content out of games that you don't fully understand. Not like there's a law forbidding that or anything. You don't need to play double-digit gachas like I do just to get a sense for how gacha games work, right? Sure, you're right about those things. Obviously, you don't have to play double-digit gacha games like I do, or play so much gacha to the point where you fall asleep playing them after coming home from work.
So what point are you fucking making? So what point are you trying to make then? What is your point? This is what I mean. Like, set your standards, define your standards and your level of where you're judging this all from. Otherwise, no one's gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, he hasn't made a point the entire video. He literally hasn't made a point. He's just drawn conclusions that were based on nothing he defined.
But there's a reason why that still matters. Actually, there's a short-term reason and a long-term one. The short-term reason is because if you have more content creators who know the genre that they are making a living off of, you have more community leaders who can course correct a potential narrative that's gone astray. They can use their influence to put people back onto the right path instead of going on.
This already happens. This literally already happens, though. Someone makes a shit take, someone else comes and corrects it. This happens all the fucking time in the gacha space. What are we referring to? Should there be more people that do it? Sure. I am all for more content creators getting on board and getting involved, right? If that's the conversation we want to have, more people that play gachas just coming in to make content, all for that. All for new people in the space giving fresh perspectives that aren't like the same people over and over again. I am all for that. But that is not the argument that this guy is putting forward in this video. That, I think, would have been a much better video to make. Hey, wouldn't it be nice if we had more gacha content creators on the scene who were able to give their thoughts and opinions on stuff? That's a good point to make and something valid we could talk about. And it doesn't rely on a standard of like, you need to play X amount of gachas to have valid opinions and takes on things. Like, come on. Like, that's such an inflammatory way that's based in nothing to approach this. Instead, you should have approached this from the angle of more content creators that play games is a better space for everybody. That's a video everybody can get behind too here.
Off the deep end, chasing after batshit insane takes or agendas being pushed by people who care for nothing more than their own games. Here's an example. In the fighting game community, or FGC for short, there was a tweet that went viral some time ago where someone complained about how they felt like Street Fighter 6, the current Street Fighter game, is the only game where kids can beat veteran players, and that you'd never see this happen in older fighting games like Third Strike. While that may seem like a reasonable take to a tourist or like a surface level player, actual veterans and FGC creators put out their own takes pretty quickly, countering that narrative by saying that it's not just Street Fighter 6, that's literally how fighting games have always been. Younger players have always been able to break into the top echelons.
Oh, what point is he trying to make now?
of fighting game competition in any fighting game. It's just that Street Fighter 6 provides more opportunities for younger players to participate in top-level competition, so you tend to see younger players more in that game. That and get good. In this situation, FGC creators were able to shut down a bad take that was going around in the community at the time because they had the experience playing enough fighting games to know better. It also helps greatly that a lot of those creators have been part of the FGC, playing fighting games and attending tournaments for them for years, decades even. Or in other words, they got the pedigrees or the resumes to back their shit up. Obviously, it's kind of a stretch to compare fighting games with gacha games, but
yeah, like that's two completely different things. That's two completely different. That's too. You cannot. You. Wait. Tuhu, do you play a lot of fighting games? Are you someone who is able to use this in your logic and reasoning? Have you played enough fighting games in your time to confidently say to use this as an equivalence to gacha games? Or this might be a false equivalence. I don't think you have the qualifications to use this point to back it up in an argument, Tuhu. Maybe you should go back and play more fighting games before you use this as a point, man. Like, it's such a weak point. It's such a weak point. Like, a lot of fighting games have the same framework for all of them. And you could say gacha games have a similar framework in terms of stamina, pulling, currencies, everything, like grinding, character progressions. Every gacha has like a loosely similar framework, but a fighting game has a way more tight-knit framework that is shared between the whole phenology of that type of games, if we want to go by that route. There's way more diversity in gachas than there is diversity in fighting, in a lot of instances, right? In types of, you could have a turn-based gacha game or an open world RPG gacha game that's completely fucking different, right? So it's like comparing, you can't, it's like apples to oranges at that point. Gacha, at that point, we're talking about a monetization like type rather than a gaming type. He's treating gacha as though it's a genre of game rather than a monetization system, and it's a little bit of both. But fighting game is a fighting game. It's a genre of game. It's not a monetization system. It's not a shared resource system or anything like that. It's its own set skeleton framework of games, the way they work, play, and you actually physically play with your hands. Gachas don't play the same in your hands universally across all of them, so making this comparison doesn't make sense. But whatever, again, making conclusions without providing the justification as usual in a Tuhu video. Okay.
The point I'm trying to make here is that if the gacha community has more CCs who know what they're talking about when it comes to gacha games in general as an entire genre, then you wouldn't see as much drama and tribalism and sheer vitriol among gacha players on.
How? Proof? Is there any proof of that? Okay. You get more gacha. He wants more gacha creators, which I'm all for and I would love to see, to talk about specific games. So when problems arise, someone could come with a rebuttal and be like, no, actually, it's this thing. That still has the potential to cause drama. Having a controversial or a differing point in the gacha space a lot of the times usually means some kind of drama is about to ensue and people are going to debate and argue. Then you're still advocating for the same fucking thing that happens even now. Maybe the tone might be different from the way people present their information, but at the end of the day, you are advocating for more people being able to rebuttal information. But fortunately, in the gacha space, rebuttaling of information always has conflict, always has some kind of disagreement and argumentation that comes with it anyway. So it's more of the same. More of the same would happen. Yeah, like at the end of the day, and there's always going to be someone, because let's be real, if you are someone who is confident in doing rebuttals and confrontations and you are advocating for that kind of like content more often, a lot of those people, well, not a lot of them, I think many of them are probably going to end up getting spicier as time goes on, because giving a spicy rebuttal is more entertaining than a mellowed out reasonable one in any fucking piece of media or entertainment. So hey, more of the same shit, let's go.
On social media. Granted, there will still be a lot of drama regardless, but at the very least, there will.
So it doesn't solve anything! You admit it solves nothing! Bro, this guy makes a point and then like argues against his own fucking point. You
wouldn't see as much drama and tribalism and sheer vitriol among gacha players on social media. Granted, there will still be a lot of drama regardless.
I fucking can't. I can't, bro. I literally... within the same fucking 10 seconds. Within the same 10 seconds. Within the same 10 seconds, bro. The same.
But at the very least, there will be more people out there who will better understand what's really going on if their favorite creators are there to tell them, no, actually, this is what's really going on. Instead of whatever dog shit gacha drama just tears through Twitter with no one there to stop it from spreading like your average California wildfire, sometimes to the point where it breaches containment and non-gacha players start seeing that shit too.
This happens for everything. Every media.
Certainly doesn't help that the rats will always be there to throw some more gas into the fire too whenever they feel like it benefits them. Imagine using an Ellen Joe cosplay.
That is true. That does happen. There are people who fucking, fan the flames a little bit. There are people who try and be objective but also fan the flames at the same time, I mean, hey. That's entertainment. It's not objectivity, it's entertainment.
Suicide as just another way to throw shade at the Hoyo community.
Yeah, John Cena's piece of shit.
Christ. But I'll save that for another video. Plus, people who see their favorite gacha streamers or YouTubers play other games that aren't just the usual Big Four slop, and they see that they're genuinely enjoying those games, outside of sponsorships of course, might make them want to try out those games for themselves too, whether out of genuine interest or just simple curiosity. Not everyone will, of course, right? Obviously, lots of people are fine just sticking with the gacha games they already know and play, but gacha CCs playing other gachas that aren't just the popular ones creates the opportunity for at least some of their viewers to want to try them out too, and that's how you increase this community's overall gacha literacy. The long-term reason why this is such a big deal is because of how
I really don't think that people playing like gacha literacy, like, is there a book on fucking who needs to write the book of gacha? Write a fucking textbook then at this fucking point. Write a bloody textbook. Listen, the only thing that matters is you are someone who is enjoying a game, you're playing a game, you are familiar with the game that you're covering. I truly believe that's really what matters the most. You are informed about the games you're covering. Because at the end of the day, it's all about player experience. All these things about player experience. If the player experience is good, it's a game you can recommend. That's it.
How the gacha community has turned out over the last 5 years. Gacha players are always bickering and arguing over something retarded on Twitter, either with themselves or with the people who make the gacha games they play. Gacha content creators have congregated around the biggest and most popular gachas out there with very little willingness to try out other gachas without a sponsorship, and of course, the rats exist. Gacha games have a reputation out.
There's a reason why the big gachas are big. Because a lot of the times they tend to be like better. For the majority or most people, they tend to be like better. That's why people play them. There's a large enough audience that enjoys that type of game for it to exist. Love and Deep Space, even, it's a big fucking game. It makes money, and does it mean it's the best game ever? No, but there's an audience there of people who clearly fucking enjoy it and people who like it. Genshin Impact makes a shit ton of money. Is it the best game ever? No, but clearly there's an audience that really likes it. People are drawn to things that they like. They give them things that they want from games. Like, not the smallest of like gachas is going to do that for people. It's popular because it's fun. It's popular because it's fun, and there is an audience for it that exists.
Outside this
obviously you could have like smaller gacha games that don't have the marketing potential or the push value as they do in like a Western country, and coverage by content creators can help them massively, right? I think a good example of that is like Limbus or Wizardry. Having other content creators talk about those games, put them on platforms, is a good thing. So in that respect, I agree. Like, I'm not going to disagree with people should be trying out other games or playing them and seeing if they enjoy them or not. I'm never going to disagree with that, okay? I'm never going to. I think that's great. Awesome. Like, a great thing overall, but I don't think it's necessary for a content creator to be able to give critique on other games. That's the difference. Again, this would have been such a better video if it was like, hey, maybe we should try out like new gacha games because they could be fun, or introduce new audiences to them and make new content creators. That's a good angle to take this. But this whole video has been framed of, you are not allowed to give valid takes and critiques on other games because you don't play enough. That is the wrong angle to take with this video.
For being mindless gamble games that are no better than like virtual casinos that bait their players in with hot anime girls and dudes, and gacha players themselves also have a reputation for being mindless drones who routinely feed money into the pockets of evil gacha game developers, among other things. As someone who cares about gacha games not just individually but as an entire fucking genre, I ain't a fan of that, bruh. I don't think people should think of gacha games or people who play them just based off their reputations alone, no matter how much truth there is to them. I'm not saying that there's no truth to them whatsoever. I'm just saying that, as with everything in life, there's a lot more nuance to this that I'd like people to try to understand, gacha players included. And so
Then explain it.
Gacha content creators who know what they're talking about when it comes to gacha games is extremely important to help reverse that reputational damage that's been done. Ideally, we should have had gacha CCs like that from the start, back when Genshin first hit the streets like crack cocaine hit the projects back in the 60s, who were already very knowledgeable in gacha games and could help steer the newfound gacha audience that came with Genshin out here in the West in the right direction. By the way, this could be a whole ass video on its own too. But in the meantime, long story short, that didn't happen, which was both quite unfortunate and has contributed heavily to that reputational damage that I talked about gacha games and gacha players.
Tectone ruined gacha community! Tectone ruined the gacha community. How could he? How could he? Oh. Also, Vixen, you make a really good point. Gacha streamers have a gacha audience. They are already talking to an audience of gacha people. It's very unlikely, it's unlikely that like streaming a game, outsiders are going to come in and be like, oh, what is this game? That doesn't happen very often. That really doesn't happen like that often. Sometimes it will, but most of the time people watch streamers, whatever. It's more the YouTube videos that get pushed. I think a really, really good example of how to push gacha to like the normies is Where Winds Meet. I think that is a great example of a game of how to showcase gacha, or how you can involve it in a way that isn't like massively predatory to like gameplay. Correct me if I'm wrong, that isn't massively predatory to gameplay, and also have a gacha system in it that people are still vaguely familiar with to some degree, and do at Night Abyss to another extent, to another like lesser extent of that happening.
Occurring over the years, but that doesn't mean that I think the damage is completely irreversible. Matter of fact, I think that the gacha space is still redeemable, very much so. It is possible to teach both.
Does it need to be redeemed? That's the thing. I don't think... Okay, here's my point. I don't think gacha needs to be redeemed. Do you know what my proof of this is? My proof is Uma Musume. Look what Uma Musume... That has an insane gacha system. A wild fucking gacha system, okay? It became a cultural thing of 2025. It became memed everywhere. It was a phenomenon. People loved it. Streamers were playing it. Everyone was talking about it. The gacha space doesn't need redeeming. It needs good fucking games that people enjoy. That's what it needs, and Uma Musume is the fucking proof of that. Give a game that people fucking enjoy and like and can meme and talk about and be happy with, and that's it. It doesn't matter about the state of fucking gacha. It doesn't need saving. There is no redemption to be had. Just make fucking good games that people are happy about and can get involved with and share, and the rest does its fucking self too.
With gacha players and outsiders about what gacha games are really like, without any of the bullshit or the stigma surrounding them. The problem is that you need gacha content creators there to pave that path, to trailblaze the way forward, so to speak. And in my eyes, unfortunately, there just isn't anyone else out there like that, other than yours truly. There are some who I think...
I don't know about that, because you failed to explain any single one of your points in the proper manner this entire fucking video. So your point falls apart. You've played so many gacha games, yet you failed to deliver on points in your video in a just manner. You are proof that your logic does not work. Just because you play so much doesn't mean you're the guy to give the takes. Because your takes have been nothing burgers this entire fucking time. So, the only glue that you have is wrong.
Come close, but they either still fall short of having what it takes to shoulder that kind of responsibility, or they just haven't shown the willingness to do so. And in a space where the average person on social media cares more about a $200 skin ruining a gacha game than a dude who cares about bringing an AR-15 into a crowded public area, I think that's a bit concerning. But like,
what? Did I miss something? What the fuck was that? Wait, what?
I said, cares more about a $200 skin ruining a gacha game than a dude who cares about bringing an AR-15 into a crowded public area. I think that's a bit concerning. But like I said,
huh? That's weird. That was a bit weird. I think maybe we should have just cut that out if we can't provide context to what we're referring to. That's a bit of a crazy fucking thing to say. That's a crazy fucking thing to say.
in a certain other video of mine earlier this year, if what it takes to get the ball rolling on the path forward is one man, alone, betrayed by the community he loves, then so be it. I'll do it. In an AR-15 into a crowded public area, I think that's a bit concerning. But like I said in a certain other video of mine earlier this year, if what it takes to get the ball rolling on the path forward is one man, alone, betrayed by the community he loves, then so be it.
Cinema. Oh, cinema. Oh, fucking cinema.
I'll do it. To end the video, I want to talk about one last thing. You may deduce, given what I've been talking about so far in this video and my propensity to call myself the god of gacha sometimes in my previous videos, that I unironically see myself as such, that I view myself as the savior of gacha games, and I look down upon the rest of you Gentiles from atop.
You literally do. You're extremely inflammatory, elitist. You grandstand to the nth fucking degree. You make points and conclusions without justifying how you get there, which is a sign of ego. You're putting your ego above logic and analysis and being objective. That's what that means, Tuhu. So yes, people see you that way because the way you present yourself ends up being the reality of the situation. So yes.
My ivory gacha tower with 18 floors to it and counting. If that's what you want to think of me, then hey, that's cool. I ain't got a problem. Psyche seems to think that too, so you're not alone. Besides,
wait, Psyche messaged Tuhu?
if that's what you want to think of me, then hey, that's cool. I ain't got a problem. Psyche seems to think that too.
This is Psyche, the guy who made the DNA video. Hey Tuhu, so I debated whether to contact you about this, but thought I'd give my 2 cents on the situation. I saw your latest video and thought it was a great watch. Oh, it all makes fucking sense. Oh, it all makes fucking sense. Oh. Oh, it all makes fucking sense. Oh, okay. That's... He's a Tuhu fan. He's a Tuhu fan. He fucking loves gacha games, bro. He loves all these that's why he hated DNA, because it wasn't gacha enough. Everything makes sense. I think in an ideal scenario, everyone would want a content space where everyone has something unique to offer, except realistically, that's never happening. And I think deep down, you know that. Something I think you should know is that I've heard of rumors. I've heard of rumors from people connected to the inner circles of certain creators. Who is that, I wonder? Who's the inner... we're gossiping. Okay, so Psyche's a gossip. Got it. Okay, Psyche is a gossip. Got it. Understood. He's a schizo god. I've heard rumors of people connected into the inner circles of certain creators that label you as free content because to them, you're literally providing free content and feeding them. I'm gonna be real. To who does it to his fucking self? To who does it to his fucking self? If you make a video that has an overwhelming amount of inflammatory bad takes that result in ad hominems and attacks toward people you're trying to like critique, it's not a good fucking video. People are gonna share it and be like, this guy's fucking lost his marbles. Yes. Like, it becomes free fucking content because you're just willingly saying the most retarded shit I've ever seen. It's actually entertainment. It's so bad, it's fucking entertainment. Sorry, just is. Drama bait, clickbait shills will always exist. I wonder which one Psyche fits into. Interesting. Not just in the gacha space. These people may look brain dead on the surface. The drama bait clickbait shills may look brain dead on the surface, but I can assure you they're just businessmen that will simply do whatever it takes to increase their views and influence. Interesting. This is a very, very interesting DM. This is saying a lot. This DM is saying a lot about Psyche. If you're a content creator and your job is to make... Every single content creator wants to increase their views and influence. Every single, whether it's drama, clickbait, you do like your documentaries, your reviews, any kind of fucking video, every single content creator wants to increase their views or influence. This is a universal truth. Pretending that someone is above drama, clickbait, shills, and being like cringe content, whatever you want to fucking call it, that somehow they don't want to do anything that will increase their views or influence is incredibly disingenuous. Incredibly disingenuous. To be honest, if I was them, I'd probably do similar things, just maybe to a less egregious level. It's a natural consequence of gacha going mainstream. Due to the profit motive, it's all but guaranteed that people will try to find ways to minimize effort and maximize profit. And I don't see what trying to police this simple reality is going to bring any sort of meaningful change. He's right there. Trying to police it isn't going to change anything because these types of content exist throughout all walks of media. I hope you can get past this invisible crusade you're fighting inside your head and see the futility of trying to be this guardian or savior of the gacha space. Interesting. He critiques Tuhu at the end, but this is a very weird DM. This is a very, very strange DM from Psyche and actually tells me a lot. It tells me a fucking lot about this individual. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, that's crazy. Psyche finally made his peace with drama slop. Good for him. Hell yeah. He made his peace and that's it.
so you're not alone. Besides, people already call me like the god of unemployment and the god of beggars, mainly thanks to this trailer trash here. Actually, I want to point out how
if you weren't a piece of shit to people, people wouldn't be a piece of shit to you. It's really that fucking simple. If you come swinging, people will swing fucking back and say how much of a moron you are. Oh?
funny I think it is that he's the unemployed one now that he's had to sell his house and his ass still banned off Twitch. So, hey, whatever you think of me, that's cool. Free country where
Just misinformation.
I'm from, so they say. So that means that people have the freedom to be fucking retarded too. That Andrew Tate wannabe from before is a perfect example. But let me make one thing very fucking clear here. My number one goal is to help people get into gacha games and enjoy them for what they are without being destructive to themselves or others. For example,
then don't be a piece of fucking shit. You're fucking rude, inflammatory, antagonistic. You insult everything and everyone. Who the fuck would listen to you and think, oh, this is a good guy? This guy is so lovely and nice. You're not even... The thing is, if you're gonna be mean and inflammatory, at least try and be fucking funny. At least try and be funny. That's how, like, Saint does it. He could be fucking mean and inflammatory, but he tries to be fucking funny too. So it kind of like, it don't matter what you say when it's funny, right? That's how a lot of people see things. Bro's not even funny. He's not even funny.
Recently, on stream, I had a dude who found my YouTube channel just randomly while I was streaming.
The only people that watch him are people that also hate the CCs he's talking about. Yeah, the confirmation bias. That's all it is.
Wuwa, because the algorithm somehow recommended it to him, and he was like, whoa, oh shit, what's this game? Right? Look, it looks cool. And I was like, it's called Wuthering Waves. You should try it. You should try it out if it looks cool. And now he is. On top of grinding Wuwa now, thanks to his friend, he's now checking out other gachas like Nikkei and Zenless.
You saved them. You saved them. Oh my god. You saved this human being. You've changed their life. You've revolutionized everything.
And whenever he's got questions about those games, I answer them for him because I already play all of them. I do this not because I think I'm the only one fit for the job, but because I'm the only one who wants to. I am just a guy who likes gacha a lot. Some may say a bit too much, but it's precisely because I spent a ton of time playing these stupid gamble games, and at one point also spent a lot of money on them too, that lets me say the shit I've said so far, why ultimately the type of shit comes out of my mouth weighs more than whatever dog shit comes out of the others. What makes it
Okay. Bro. Let's listen to that again.
They say a bit too much, but it's precisely because I spent a ton of time playing these stupid gamble games, and at one point also spent a lot of money on them too, that lets me say the shit I've said so far, why ultimately the
I spend money! I spend money, so therefore I can say this shit. I spend money so I can say this shit. Also, he was like, why do people always think I'm this egotistical guy? Why do people think I'm like the savior of gacha? And then immediately says shit like this. Bro is fucking stupid. Can you not recognize your own words have merit? Like, I'm being dead ass. Like, I feel like bro is just like incapable of understanding how his words sound to other people. Like, I'm not trying to diagnose someone, but this is like autism levels of not understanding your own words. Like, I mean that with all love and respect. This is literally like autism levels of not understanding how your words affect things and how people perceive you because of what you're saying, and understanding like why people would think a certain way.
type of shit comes out of my mouth weighs more than whatever dog shit comes out of the others. What makes it even
how? Could you spend more money? Oh
more
my
sad?
god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking... That's literally one of the worst fucking... My opinion means more because I played more and spent more. So, I'm more right than you. You've yet to make a good fucking take this entire fucking video. So clearly, you're wrong. Objectively, you're wrong.
Is that I should not be the only one like this. There are other creators out there who also have invested a lot.
God forbid anyone else is like you. God forbid. If anyone else takes after you, we're fucked. The space is fucked. That's truly irredeemable.
Their own resources, be it time or money or both, into gacha games, and yet they stick to their own audiences. And even for the CCs who haven't put in like a ton of time or money into gacha games, they can at least show more interest in gacha as a genre and strive to learn more about it. I mean, it is their job to play gacha, right? If a guy like me...
It's my job to entertain an audience. That's my job. Guys, that's how I see my job. It is my job to entertain an audience. I just happen to like a couple of gacha games. Yep, that's it. I've played gacha games for a number of years. I happen to enjoy gacha games, but ultimately, I'm here to entertain an audience. That's it. That's what I do. I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer before I'm a fucking YouTuber at this point, right? That's it. I make content to entertain an audience, and gacha happens to be there.
Can work 5 to 8 hours on a side hustle, still come back home to stream 18 different gacha games, surely they can take some time out of their day to diversify their own gacha resumes too, right? And they do know that gachas aren't just the big four. Like, I get that streaming or making content on the big four gachas helps pay the bills mainly, but hey, you can pick up a side hustle to help make ends meet too, just like I did. Oh, what's that? You don't want to? Gacha is just a bag for you, and you don't actually care about gacha games. You just got into it because you just...
What if they just like the big games? What if they just like the big... What? Okay, so what? I like Woowa the most. Am I doing it just for a paycheck? You think I get paid by... Bro, do you know what's so crazy? I am, like, literally one of the only fucking, like... I'd like to say that, like, I'm probably one of the bigger Woowa creators. Like, in terms of, like, channel, my whole channel's been kind of based around Woowa. I like to think I'm kind of, like, there some way in, like, a bigger Woowa creator. Never once have I ever been contacted by Kuro. Never once. Never heard a wink out of anything. I do it for the love of the game, baby. I do it for the love of the game. Everybody else gets sponsorships out their ass. Me, love of the game, baby.
Just got lucky with Genshin's popularity back in the day, and now it helps pay your bills and you don't want to pivot to anything else? And these are the kinds of people you watch for gacha content? One man! Thanks for watching. Like the video if you care about real gacha content, and subscribe for more. My next video is going to be a long overdue episode of Delusional Gacha Takes, where I dunk the out of that John Seaman twat and Glaive Keo's recent ass tweet, so look forward to it.
You know what? If he dunks on John Seaman, I'm there for it, bro. You know what? I'll back him. I'll back too, who goes off to John Seaman. Fucking get in there! Yes! Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll rally. I'll rally. I'll fucking rally, bro.
Check out the stream. I'll be try-streaming to Kick soon.
Oh my god.
And Twitch. Check out the Patreon.
This was an interesting fucking video, bro. Like, he would have been way better off just making a video. Hey, inspiring content creators to make content. Inspiring people who play gachas to also create content. That's a way better video than, like, you don't play enough gacha games, so your takes are invalid because people like me should exist. Come on, dude. Like, really poor showing. This could have been an actual good video. Instead, we got shit. Yep. Instead, we got fucking shit. So that's kind of how it be. Anyway, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I better see you in my streams, okay? Come be part of the fun. Come be part of the mayhem, because we get a little silly here on my streams these days, okay? So come on over and enjoy. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Twitch.tv/Captain Cabinetz, Captain Cabinetz.